just going to wait a couple minutes to let people join.
Hey,
Hi,
everybody.
everybody. It's Debbie and Rob.
Hi.
How are you today? We have quite a few things to chat about today. We will wait a couple minutes just to give people a minute to join.
Yeah.
We have a different background today. We've tried to make some adjustments to improve our internet and audio, but unfortunately, the school decided that all of our kids needed to be on a video call at the same time as this Facebook Live. So,
Who knows how it'll go?
not sure how that will go. So, this way you can look at our game collection and criticize how we organize our games or lack of organization instead of looking at my hair, because neither of us have been able to get a haircut or anything since this whole thing started.
Yep.
uh, so the first thing that we're going to talk about, hey David, today is Rob's going to talk about epic duels for a
Yep.
bit. We have a few things. We're going to talk about some things just to give you a heads up. We're going to talk about epic duels, some new things coming in the Star Realms app, talk a little bit about conventions or lack of conventions coming up, and a little bit about some Hero Realm stuff too. So
Yep.
you want to give
Sure.
us the details on epic duels?
So, Epic Duels. This set, the design goal of Epic Duels was to make a set that was an easy set for new players to learn to jump in, and also be really fun for advanced players. This was part of the Epic Jungle Kickstarter, so there was a bunch of sets for Epic. There was also some Star Realms High Alert stuff in that Kickstarter. Um, and the Epic Duel stuff, because it's such a great intro set for Epic, we're actually going to be doing some stuff with that electronically in advance of the Kickstarter physical release. And also give the Kickstarter backers a chance to play it. So for the Kickstarter backers, we're going to be making a print and play version of Duels. So they'll be able to print it out, play the physical card, play it with their physical cards at home, and also be able to give us feedback on the. We're going to have a Duels will have a playthrough introductory booklet, so it'll have a rule booklet just like the regular Epic, but also have a booklet that'll walk you through your first game. So the cards will come in a specific order. It'll walk you through the course of a game. So it'll be like having your own personal demo over there to show you how the game plays. So we're going to be putting together a print and play for the Kickstarter backers, and we're also going to be putting Duels into the digital app. So this will be so if you're going to be picking up the digital app and learning how to play, we'll give you some cards that are a little easier to pick up because they just have fewer mechanics in them. However, these cards are also going to be really exciting for existing Epic players because while they use less keywords, they only use the airborne, ambush, tribute, and blitz mechanics. The cards are still really interesting for drafting and for your constructed decks. And we're going to be bringing Duels into Epic Digital very soon. It's already in our online test versions. Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're in the beta, you have it today. It will be there today if it's not there yet.
Yeah, and I got just to show off some of the Duels cards. I'll try not to get too much glare here. But if you're familiar with Epic Play, these cards are great for constructed play. For example, this guy, you play him down on the table, deal with damaged or small opposing champions, and then you have a big blitzing attacker. Here is there we go. There's a Sage card, Chronicler. Uh, very powerful.
I like the name of that one.
Yeah.
And we will post these cards after the call. I'll get them posted up on.
I believe you liked this artwork.
Epic card. I can't see it now.
Oh,
but...
sorry.
oh yeah, I like that one. I like evil women.
Yeah. So just as
evil
always,
isn't the faction, right?
Yeah. as always, the really awesome artwork on the stuff. And so we've got this is one I really enjoy using in my constructed decks as well. This guy, pretty big champion on the table, gives all your other good champions +3 offense and draws you a card. So great card to lead with, and that you can put a threat on the table and draw a card right away, so it's not hampering your hand size. Great finisher card if you've got a bunch of like human tokens out. You can drop that down and suddenly have a massive boost your offense. So these cards will definitely for Epic Online players, it's definitely going to affect your drafting choices. It's definitely going to affect your constructed decks. You're going to have some cards to use, and it'll make the beginner mode a little bit easier for new players coming on board. So if and speaking of the Epic app, that app is completely free. If you like strategy card games in the like Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering style, this game is in that mode, but you don't have to spend money constantly or even at all to play Epic Digital. Download it for free, and you will have unlimited copies of every single card in the game, so you can build any constructed deck. You can draft as much as you want. You can play any format as much as you want. Challenge friends online, play for free. Gameplay's it's definitely more advanced, a little trickier than Star Realms, but for people who are into that style of game, Epic's super awesome. So it's as I said, the online version is completely free. Check it out, and we got the dual stuff coming up.
Yeah, I just want to also mention that on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, CJ streams Epic, and I watch quite a few streamers, and some like play and chat and don't actually tell you what they're doing, and others go into detail on what they're doing and kind of learn how to play as they play. CJ is definitely the latter, and he explains what he's thinking and what he thinks his opponent's thinking as he plays through the games. Because one of the reasons why we started the streaming for Epic is to help new players learn how to play better, or to be highly skilled players. So I encourage you to watch that. I am going to be looking at changing that so that it will stream on Twitch, which it does already, and on Facebook Live. So you may see that him going live on Facebook Live. So if you're not on Twitch regularly and you haven't subscribed to us, if you're on Twitch regularly, you should be subscribed to us, please. But if you're not, you might see that pop up, and take a look and see what you think. And if you have ideas of things you'd like to see us stream, like if you want to see Rob or Darwin play Star Realms or other games, let us know. We're totally open. We want to do more stuff. Do you have any more on Epic?
Just on that, just on CJ streaming, I really like watching CJ play. He's a very, very good player. So like Darwin and I will frequently lose games to CJ. He's got serious skills as an advanced gamer, but he really does a great job of explaining those plays. So I feel like if you don't know anything about Epic, you can watch CJ stream and get an idea of how the game works. And if you're a newer player, you can sort of he'll go into the reasons why he's making the decisions he's making during the play, so you can improve your gameplay as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So check it out. One quick thing. We had a question from Dean here about the Sorcerer Kickstarter. So just
he's not the only one.
Yes, I know. There's lots of questions.
A couple people have commented they want more on Sorcerer, more on High Alert.
Yeah. So we can delve into it significantly more next week. But just a real quick thing on the Sorcerer. It is coming to Kickstarter very, very soon. Like I was literally working on the Kickstarter page yesterday. We're just cleaning up and the content for the page itself, and of course Peter is diligently working on all the Sorcerer stuff, and that's going to be happening before, during, and after the Kickstarter campaign. Getting all that stuff ready for the printer. So we've got a lot of really great stuff coming for Sorcerer, with new character, new lineage, new domain packs, and the Endbringer set, which brings solo and cooperative play, which is super fun. That's coming very soon, and we can focus on it more on next week's show.
The art is amazing.
Oh
So
yeah.
maybe we can
Yeah.
share a little bit more art.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. So I wanted to talk a little bit about conventions because there's been a lot of discussions in some of the board game groups about conventions. Are conventions going to be happening? What are people doing for conventions? And right now we don't, our position right now is that we don't think that we're going to be at any large conventions this year. We had originally planned to be at quite a few, our normal schedule.
Yeah.
But based on what's happening with COVID and around the world, we expect that, there will be either all the big conventions will be canceled or there'll be much lower attendance at those conventions. And we, don't want to take our team to a convention unless we feel, completely confident that they're completely safe there. So that is actually part of the reason why we started these live streams. Well, one, because we have more time because we're not traveling, to prepare for things like this and to finally figure out how to do a Facebook Live.
Yeah.
But also we won't be seeing people as much in person. So we started these. We started doing more live streaming. We're going to add more things to our Facebook Lives and live streaming. Just specific topics like CJ may come on and talk about some of the Duels cards, for example. We could potentially come on and talk about some of the other things as well. So if you have topics you want to see covered here or, as separate, highly detailed sessions, please post below. If you have questions you want answered, post them here. We won't always be able to talk about what you ask about in the questions, but we can certainly do it the following week. So like we don't have art files prepared to share with you for I know some people asked about high alert, for example, but that's something I took a note and we'll bring some next week.
Yeah.
So we definitely will listen. We can't always like on the fly show everything, but we'll try to cover the things that you guys are most interested in. One other thing is, so we normally do tournaments. That's a big deal at conventions, and we haven't finalized our plans, but we're looking at doing online legend series. So I don't know if everyone knows what a legend series is, but basically if you win a legend series, you become a card in the game. So, and we can post an example of a card in the comments below of what a card looks like that's based on someone's likeness as an example. But it's very exciting. In my personal opinion, it's the most exciting.
It's a cool prize.
It's
Really
coolest
cool prize.
prize you can win. And so I encourage people to, if you haven't played our apps, to try out our apps because they will be run electronically because they'll be online tournaments. So the Star Realms app and the Epic app. If you haven't played them and you want to check them out, now is a good time because these aren't going to start right away, but these are something we're looking at doing between now and the end of the year.
Also, our fan groups tend to run a lot of tournaments on on Facebook and on Board Game Geek and such. So there's the communities for all our games are really great, and there's a lot of activity in the fan groups, and we like to support that as well. So that's.
So someone commented that Essen is canceled. So I did not know that. I saw that I had an email from them this morning, but I didn't read it. So we were planning to not go to Essen, but it sounds like they've canceled officially. I think Gen Con hasn't officially canceled, but a lot of people are projecting that it may likely be canceled.
Sure. Yeah. Basically, obviously we're not virus experts, but from what the experts have been saying, there's they're worried about resurgences in the fall and such, and obviously the governments and scientists are trying to get things under control, get vaccines, etc., in place. But rest assured, once things are safe again, we will definitely be heading back to conventions. We love seeing the players in person, meeting up with you guys. So we'll be back when they're back.
Yeah, and someone comments about the Origins event last year. It was super fun. We did get together for the community in
it was awesome.
Arcade bar kind of location. It was really fun, and we did raffles of tons of prizes. So we were actually planning to do that again this year. So like we mentioned, we won't be at Origins this year, but we do plan for that. I asked Origins, please let me know as soon as you know the date. I want to go reserve that place for our community event. So we do plan to do that next year. So if people want to plan ahead, We do plan to have big events at Origins next year and community gathering, at a location, at an offsite location. I really liked that place.
Yeah.
We're gonna outgrow it eventually, but I think it was a good size, and it was really cool to see all the people that we talk to online all the time. So, so we do plan to do that. Let's see. Know if there was anything else on that topic. Oh, I also wanted to mention that some of the conventions, or maybe all of the conventions, are announcing that they're doing their own online conventions now. So we are trying to figure out details on that, but we may be participating. We'll let you know, like Origins Online. We plan to participate. We're still getting information about it. I've heard that BGG is going to be doing an online convention, so we'll be looking at those. I can't say until I get more details what our level of participation is, but we want to have stuff for you. So if there's something you think we should be participating in, let us know. You can comment here. You can send us a message on Facebook or to support@whitewizardgames.com.
Cool.
And so talking about the app, so Rob, could you tell us, I know they've come to me and said we're almost ready to launch this in the Star Realms app. Can you tell us about
so
the
we
set that's coming to the app?
We are continuing to bring new sets to Star Realms Digital. The next thing that is almost ready for the digital is the events from the Frontiers Kickstarter. So there were some really cool event cards that nice.
And maybe just talk a little bit about how event cards work in general. I know not everyone knows all the different types of.
Sure. Sets. So an event card, these go into the market deck. So if you're playing the physical game, you shuffle them into the market deck, and they have their card frame has this sort of yellow and black sort of hazard look to the top of them, so they're really easy to recognize when they come up. And when you flip the top card from the market deck into the trade row, from the trade deck into the trade row, the event happens immediately, and it'll have an effect on all the players in the game. Sometimes that effect is the same for everyone. Sometimes it'll do one thing for the player whose turn it is, and a different thing for other players. And the events really can spice up the game, especially when you're getting toward the later turns of the game, when an event dropping can sometimes make a really big difference. And you can do some cool things in the game where it's like, okay, in order to win, I would need an event to shake things up. You can buy a bunch of cheap cards from the market late in the game in hopes that you'll find an event, find the event you're looking for in the deck. There are events already in the app from older sets. These new events were part of the Frontiers promo pack that came with the Kickstarter backers of the Frontiers Kickstarter. So lots of really cool events, really interesting mechanics that can spice up the game. Here's Supply Run, for example, and of course really neat artwork on the cards. So the events are going to be coming into the app. So this will be a new set you can purchase. Of course, it'll have campaign with it for those of you who like to do that offline campaign play. Actually been having Danny Mandel, who does Danny and Ben from Super Awesome Games, who do the work on the Hero Realms campaign for the physical game, the Ruin of Thandar campaign. They've been doing work on the digital campaign for Star Realms. So I feel like the level of play has definitely gone up a notch in the newer campaign content. So you can definitely check out the campaign when it comes out, and of course it'll give us new sets for challenging your friends, and for our arena play in Star Realms as well.
And speaking of Danny and Ben and super awesome stuff that they're doing with us, we have been they've designed and are running the Facebook RPG game. It's basically a storytelling adventure over on the Hero Realms official discussion page. Katie can post the link below, and it's super fun. I'll tell you a little bit about where we are right now. We've only had a few days for the community to vote on things, so there's plenty of time. The action is just getting started. Right now, we've named our character. You are Tanat the Outcast, a half demon wizard. So I don't know who voted for that half demon and not for the elf, but I am still mad about that. But I'm sure Rob Gruber is too. But anyways, half demon's very exciting also, and a half demon wizard. And so I'm just gonna read a couple sentences, but the story is getting awesome, and I encourage everyone to go over there. You would be middle-aged for a human and can sometimes pass as one if you wish. It's just a simple matter of covering those horns. Compared to most in the Empire, you've had an eventful life already. But now you live quietly in a small cottage on the outskirts of the quaint village of Heart's End, 2 days' travel from the bustling city of Thandar. The villagers tolerate you and feed you because your power is a natural detriment to predators, natural and otherwise, but they avoid you otherwise. So if you want to hear more, go over to, I'm not going to read it all because I want you guys to check it out and go over and vote so that you can help decide what the wizard is going to do next. So again, that's over on the Hero Realms official discussion page. I love this. It's getting really detailed and the story is really fantastic. So I encourage everyone to check it out. It's a cool thing to follow along with.
Yeah.
And let's see if we have any other questions here. We had a question. So some people haven't, a couple people mentioned they haven't got their Hero stuff yet. So we're continuing to ship. If you're in the US or Canada and you haven't received your stuff, it should be coming imminently. But if you have a question, you want to check on it, you can email our support team, support@whitewizardgames.com, and they can get back to you on the sleeve question. We are working on that. I don't yet have details, but by next week I should have details on expected dates for the sleeves.
And we appreciate everybody's patience. Obviously, things are going a little slower with worldwide fulfillment of the Kickstarter than we would have liked. There's a lot of some fulfillment centers have been shut down. There's social distancing within the fulfillment centers. Obviously, we want to make sure all of our business partners are and their employees are safe. So basically things just take a little longer right now, but the games are getting out there. So I know a bunch of our backers have received them already. If you haven't received yours yet, we are working on it. Obviously, you can email support at whitewizardgames.com if you have any issues, anything wrong with your shipment, anything that was damaged either at the factory or in shipping. We'll shoot us an email and we'll get you taken care of.
Yeah. Someone said they liked my glasses. I think it was mine, either mine or yours.
Yeah, I don't know. I think yours might be just a little bit cooler than mine.
I just want to comment that Rob has some incredible skills, not just in game design, but occasionally my gems fall out and he helps me fixing these. But yes, I love my glasses. They're very sparkly.
All that miniature game work in my youth is coming into play.
The tweezers. So let's see. Why no option for human in Hero's RPG? So this was in the Facebook story when we chose the race.
We just wanted to highlight the new ancestry, and while human. So next time we do it, we'll definitely have human as one of the options. But we wanted to just sort of highlight the new races. So yeah, we were a little anti-human bias there. Sorry about that. To any humans out there watching.
So someone else asked if dragon shield sleeves will fit in the new Hero's box. So I'm I'm using the box as my laptop stand right now. So
We did, we
should.
didn't check. It probably is the answer. Basically, we didn't test it with every different brand of sleeve out there, but the our regular official sleeves definitely definitely fit. I imagine that the Dragon Shields probably will, but if anybody out there has Dragon Shield sleeves and the Hero Realms Adventure Storage box, if you could post
Let
in the
us know.
comments, if it fits. So I can't say personally. I think probably, but before you go out and buy the sleeves.
Yeah, and we can look around. I don't know if we have any of that brand of sleeves,
Yeah.
but we can see how much extra space there is in the box once we're off this tall. I was looking for a tall box. And then, someone asked if they didn't order on the Kickstarter and they want to order online, do a pre-order. I think they're asking when would they get their product. So the pre-orders, I don't have an exact date because basically we want to make sure that we're essentially prioritizing fulfilling to our Kickstarter backers first. But once we are fulfilled to the Kickstarter backers, we'll look at a date. We do expect that the pre-orders will ship before or around the time of the retail release date. Certainly the Adventure Storage box will ship before the Adventure Storage release date, slightly before, because we wanted to encourage people to purchase the pre-orders. We ran the program to support local retail stores, so we wanted to encourage people to place pre-orders and name their stores so the stores could get 25% of that sale. So we do want to try to get those out as quickly as we can. So it is the quickest way to get the new stuff, other than if you had backed it on the Kickstarter. Another option is some retail stores will be getting the retailer kits. So some retailer stores will be getting some number of the games as part of backing the Kickstarter as well. And those will be, we're preparing the data for those as well. So those will go out right after the batch of individual Kickstarter backers goes out. But yeah, normally we try to keep the pre-orders to right around our retail release date because we want to be supportive of local game stores and we don't want to be, saying, hey, only you can get it from us first kind of thing.
But this time, because the pre-orders we set up to help the local game stores, it'll come out a little bit faster than it normally would. So basically, Kickstarter backers first, and Kickstarter backing stores, of course, and then once we're done with all that, then we'll be doing the pre-orders. And unfortunately, with the way shipping's going right now, we can't say exactly when that'll be. We just give you sort of our order of operations.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like things are going to remain open in Florida, where our fulfillment center, because they haven't shut down yet. So. And now multiple places in the U.S. are reopening, even though everything's still happening in the country. But so I don't foresee right now, but we'll keep you guys updated if we hear anything. So that's in the U.S. and Games Quest has, as we said last week, reopened and started shipping in the EU, and we're in discussions with them about opening up all the areas. I know right now they're only shipping to some of the EU countries, so. I hopefully can have an update on that next week, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Any other questions coming in?
So
next week, I want Rob to have colored hair and Deb to wear a bun. Funny that you say that because I want Rob to get colors hair like blue or purple or. Put your suggestions here in the comments.
Oh, you're not going to run a Facebook poll.
Well, I'm not sure I can add a poll here on this post, but we happen to have blue color in the house because my daughter made her hair blue and she only used about half of it. So we're thinking blue. What do you guys think? Is that a fun idea or a crazy idea? And I do actually wear a bun a lot. So usually we're like competing who has the better bun, but not today. So, but yeah, so I was thinking about doing my own hair color, but everything I read online said don't
do it.
Bleach your hair at home. So I'm going for the ombre look right now.
Random little thing from Epic Duels. This is a mock-up of a component we have. So the punch board will have a couple of these cool coins, and they're pretty big, as you can see. And these are for tracking your gold in the game in Epic. Each turn you have a gold you can spend, and really powerful cards cost a gold. Other cards are free. And so when you spend your gold, you just flip this over to the back side, to the moon side there, and when the next turn starts, you flip it back to the gold side. So it's a nice visual indicator on the table, showing whether you have your gold available or not. And we also have these oversized cards with nice layout of the turn sequence and keywords and such. So nice little play aids that come with that dual set that'll be coming out soon. Oh, and our daughter just busted in. Come over here, Daisy. Come on. Oh, say hi, Supergirl.
So I think that's everything. Blue is the best color for everything we've posted, so people can like the post if you think Rob should have blue hair next time we join. And yeah, if there's any other questions in here, I can comment on them. And thank you everyone for joining. We need to play with Daisy now. She's been very, very good while we've been on this call. So thank you very much for joining. We really appreciate it. We love being in touch with everyone. And again, if you have topics you want to see us cover, we want to have information that you are interested in, obviously. So I've taken notes on a couple of things. More on Sorcerer, more on High Alert. If there's other things or other topics you'd like us to see us post or share about, like in a dedicated Facebook Live or Twitch stream, let us know because we can do those as well. Hi. We're trying to get a bit more organized here so that we can do on the table gameplay demos as well and follow on streams. Not in this particular one because the focus of this one weekly is just to give quick updates. But yeah, we usually go for a long time. So we're trying to keep it to a half an hour. And I know we've been going a bit over, but we're, getting the hang of this thing. So we should get better and better over time. So thank you. Thanks very much.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
When is this conversation